Hey everyone, Matt Stigliano, RE Rockstar here. In yesterday's post, Buying a House, Where to Start, we discussed some of the search sites for real estate, and today's topic is how to find a realtor. There's a million ways to find a realtor. Obviously, you're reading this blog, so you've found one in the sense of, we're all over the place. We're not too hard to find. But obviously you want one that is great. One that's going to get the job done, one that's going to do great things for you, and one you're going to feel really comfortable around and trust with this, what is for most people the largest purchase they'll ever make. So, the obvious way to find a realtor is by referral. Ask your friends, ask your family, ask the neighbor that just sold his house, ask the couple that just moved in next door. Find somebody you trust and ask them who they would use. Obviously, what works for Uncle Bob may not work for you. So, you should still do some due diligence and, interview the agents. I recommend interviewing several. Even when you call me, I hope you'll interview a couple more. I may not be the perfect agent for you. Hopefully I am, and I definitely think I'm a great agent, but not everybody works together just right, which leads me to one of the big things for me. I think comfort is really key. You need to trust this person. You need to feel comfortable with them. You're going to be spending a lot of time with them. You need to be in a place where you're comfortable enough to ask a lot of questions. Sometimes, when you don't feel that comfort, you kind of pull back and you don't ask the questions that you really want answered. This is a big deal. You're buying a house. You're spending a lot of money. You should be asking all the questions. So that sort of sense of comfort is really important. Go with your gut on agents. Some people say all the right things, but maybe you just kind of feel like, I don't know, I don't think we click. Go with that feeling. It's a very personal kind of thing, being with a realtor and working with them. I say working with them. It's very important. They don't just work for you. You should be working as a team. Of course, the realtor's doing all the work, but you do need to kind of function as a team. So it's very important to have that sense of comfort and trust. Obviously, taking a look at their education and their experience is always a good idea. Here in Texas, we have certain mandatory hours of continuing education every year. Education for me, I find it very important. I actually like it. I like to learn new things, and I even try to step outside of my realm of residential real estate, and read up on commercial real estate and things like that. That although I may not be practicing, I just kind of find an interest, or take an interest in learning more about. I think it's really important, education in real estate. Rules and regulations, they change every day. There's so much to the body of real estate knowledge as a whole that, I don't think I'll ever learn it all. Every transaction is always a learning experience. There's always something new about it. I may know everything, but one tiny little fact, I'm like, that's interesting. And knowing where to find that information is always a big deal. My broker's great at that. That's why I always go to her. She's amazing. That's why I work at Remax Access with her. So, education, definitely big deal. But, of course, just because you, spend $50 to go to the class doesn't mean you learned it. Doesn't mean you absorbed it. So, it's another one of those things. It's a good indicator, but it's not the be-all, end-all. Same goes with experience. In real estate, it's measured in years usually, or sales volume. you know, if you've been making the same mistakes for 50 years, you're still going to make them. Bad habits are bad habits, and you know, just because you've been doing real estate for that long doesn't mean you've been doing real estate well for that long. So, you know, there's a little bit of you know, of a dark side, I guess, to 2 years of experience. Of course, you know, that doesn't speak about most agents, you know, but there are some that, you know, just have been doing a really bad job for a long time. You know, so you kind of have to weigh those things in there as well. You know, the sales volume, you know, if I had started my real estate career during the boom cycle, I'd probably have a much bigger sales volume. Unfortunately, I started in 2008, so my sales volume isn't quite as large as I'd like it to be. One of the things that I'm seeing a lot of right now is real estate agent review sites popping up. Thanks to sites like Yelp, reviewing online, especially via social media, you know, and tweeting about it and, you know, sending it out to Facebook, has become very popular and very useful. So I think you're going to see a lot more of this. So, you know, kind of watch out for it. There's a site, incredibleagents.com, which I've been checking out, and I'm actually encouraging all my past clients to go out and, you know, write a review of me. I pushed them to write what was good, what was bad, where I could improve, because I think it's useful to me. I get to learn from the experience that my client had and what they saw that I may not have seen, you know, because we were looking at it from two different angles. So, you know, I encourage them to just let it all out, whatever they have to say. Obviously, with review sites, you are going to get the occasional, you know, horrible just review that just tries to annihilate someone. You know, he was a jerk, he smelled funny, things like that. They're going to happen. So, you know, I think you always have to remember that the truth in reviews always lies somewhere between the glowing review and the absolutely horrendous review. You know, and it's really up to perception of the person that's writing it. So, you know, hopefully all my clients will go out and review them so you can read them and learn a little bit more about me that way. You know, and hopefully if you're a future client out there, hopefully you'll write a review for me, you know, when we finish your transaction. So, you know, look for those review sites, see what they have to say. I think it's going to become much more important. There's a couple associations that are actually pushing to make them public from their side of things, and actually encouraging, you know, the clients to respond back to the association, almost like a third party, you know, because we all throw up testimonials on our sites and everything, but, you know, I guess the truth is you have no way of knowing that that's accurate, whereas these review sites, you know, you kind of have a third party, so it gets a little bit better. So those are some ways that you can start your search for a realtor. Obviously, you've been spending time on my site, so you've been thinking about it that way. You know, I hope you've been reading the blog and kind of getting to know me and learning about me and kind of finding out what I'm about. I think blogs are great for that. So, you know, I encourage you to continue reading, and, you know, when you think you're ready to buy and want to have a chat with me, give me a call. You know, we'll meet up somewhere. We'll have a chat and, you know, kind of get to know each other, see what you need and what I have to offer. And if it's a match, we can do it. And if it's not, you know, I'd be more than happy to recommend some great agents to you, or, you know, just help you out, you know, in, you know, providing this blog for you and stuff like that. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. We're going to save the lender conversation for later, because this video is already quite long. But hope that helps a little bit, and hope everybody's doing fantastic. As you can see, it's a gorgeous day here in San Antonio. It's about 80 degrees, end of November. Not bad at all. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll talk to you soon.